where every glance, every smile, and every small step between Jimin and Jungkook turned into an unforgettable story. That day, at the second concert of the Run Seokjin EP tour, they arrived in the same car, as if time had gone back to an era when everything felt simpler, yet so much deeper. But this time they didn't just share a ride. They shared a meaning that could only be felt, not explained. If you think this is just a coincidence, wait until you see for yourself how strong their connection is amidst the spotlight and the crowd. That night wasn't just about the music. It was about two hearts that kept choosing each other in a world that never stops changing. Jimin and Jungkook attended the second concert of the Run Seokjin EP tour. They arrived together in the same car, like a past filled with precious memories. Sharing a ride, sharing a moment, and once again showing how close they really are. For those who previously claimed that Jimin and Jungkook arrived separately, well, this fact silences them all. They arrived together without any attempt to hide it. Without hesitation. Without distance. Just two young men who have been through so much together, still choosing to stand side by side amidst all the chaos and rumors. From the moment they arrived, cameras and fans couldn't take their eyes off them. As they made their way to the venue, they walked side by side and sat next to each other in the area reserved for BTS members and close artists. Surrounding them were the members of TXT and Suga, creating a warm and intimate atmosphere. But even amidst the stars and stage lights, the spotlight couldn't stay away from them. There was an aura that was hard to describe when Jimin and Jungkook were in the same room. They were like magnets. They didn't need to touch to show their closeness. A glance, a smile, or the way they leaned toward each other while talking said it all. They were thoroughly enjoying the concert. At one point, Jin even invited Jimin to sing Serendipity with him. But with a shy smile and a hand heart, Jimin sweetly declined, melting the entire venue in an instant. Not to be outdone, Jungkook's reaction to the Idol Army singing was equally heart-stopping. His facial expression was both innocent and cute. His eyes sparkled with pride, and when he turned to Jimin and chuckled, the world seemed to stop for a moment. Of all the sweet moments that night, the most striking was how close Jimin and Jungkook were throughout the concert. They often whispered to each other, exchanged smiles, and seemed physically comfortable and at ease. Their small gestures, born of a deep emotional bond, did not go unnoticed. At one point, their shoulders accidentally brushed, but neither pulled away. It was as if this was the place they naturally belonged. Jungkook would occasionally lean toward Jimin to comment on something, and they would laugh together as if the outside world didn't exist. The natural flow of their relationship, the comfort they found in each other, it warmed the hearts of everyone watching. Their smiles never faded throughout the concert. They looked so happy, genuine, and effortlessly real. Seeing them like that, free, relaxed, being themselves with nothing to hide, was heartbreaking. Their chemistry was unwavering, as if it would never fade. The way they looked at each other, their warm body language, it was a language of love that needed no translation. There's still something very special between Jimin and Jungkook. A bond that doesn't need a big confession to be obvious to anyone watching. They don't need to hold hands in public or say sweet words to convince anyone. It's in the way they laugh together, in the little winks that only they understand, in the smiles that appear automatically when someone's name is mentioned. After the concert, they were seen leaving the venue together. No rush, no hiding. As if to send a message that they will always be a part of each other's lives, no matter how much time passes or how many rumors try to shake them. There's something eternal in the way they treat each other. Maybe it's not a love that's meant to be flaunted on the world stage, but a love that grows in silence, through shared laughter, soft gazes, and a presence that never fades. Jimin and Jungkook show us that a true relationship doesn't need words. All it needs is presence, loyalty, and a deep sense of belonging that can't be explained, only felt. Fans knew it. They felt it long before words could describe it. Videos circulating online showed how Jungkook's gaze softened as he looked at Jimin, or how Jimin leaned in a little closer when he spoke. They weren't just bandmates. They were each other's home. And that home never changed. That night wasn't just about the concert. It wasn't just about Jin's beautiful songs. It was proof that even though times changed, even though the world demanded so much from them, one thing remained: the way Jimin and Jungkook looked at each other. In a world full of harshness and expectations, they found peace in each other. The world might have tried to tear them apart, but their hearts always knew where to go. For those watching from afar, that night was a beautiful reminder that some bonds can't be measured by logic. They can only be felt, cherished, and prayed for in silence. For Jimin and Jungkook, perhaps they never meant for the world to believe in anything. But the fact that they continued to walk side by side, through storms, spotlights, and silence, was enough to prove everything. And for the Yukukas who watched every moment with their hearts, we knew that what we saw that night was no mere coincidence. It was a story that lives on. A small miracle that can never be dimmed by rumors or doubts. Because true love, no matter how hidden, will always find its way back to the light. That night, as the lights dimmed and the concert reached its climax, Jimin and Jungkook exchanged glances with unfeigned smiles. A meaningful look, as if they knew exactly what each other was feeling without saying a word. Amidst the thunderous applause and cheers from thousands of fans, they remained in their own little world, quiet, warm, and deeply personal. Even as the final song played and the mood turned emotional, Jungkook's eyes sparkled with tears as he stared at the stage, and Jimin, gently, touched his arm. A simple gesture, but one that meant so much. It was more than just support. It was love, unspoken and unconditional. As everyone else began to leave, they stayed a little longer. It was as if they didn't want the night to end, as if letting go even for a moment would be too much. Even as the concert ended, they stayed together, as if refusing to let the night pass them by. Not because of the music, but because being together was too precious to let go. In the silence, they gave each other strength. In their eyes, they understood everything. Jimin and Jungkook's bond wasn't meant to be flaunted, it was meant to be felt. By them, and by those of us who believe that true love doesn't always need to be declared out loud. For those of you, the Yukukas, who saw more than just the moment, you knew what they were sharing was real. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more heartfelt Jungkook stories. Because behind the flashing cameras and the grand stage, there are two hearts that always know where home is.